Alright, so I'm here finally with a review of Rainbow Six Siege. So, what?
You're here, you're welcome.
And I'm outspoken. But, yeah, so, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, came out, December 1st on, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. This game is, what's the words I'm looking for? It is a game. It is a game, in fact. It's really fun. It's multiplayer only, but basically, here, we'll start off in the starter menu. There are 3 game modes to play. You got situations, which is kind of like tutorials in a way of how to do a lot of the basic things in the game. There's basic multiplayer, which is 5v5 matches, and then there's Terrorist Hunt, which if you played Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, you'll be very familiar with that. So I'll explain those in a second, but while we're on the screen, basically you unlock a bunch of operators, which they do lots of things. So you can see over on the right hand side there's 5 different organizations, counter-terrorist organizations, and there's 4 operators per one. So, and a bunch for attack and defense. Like here I got this guy, her name's Ash, and she fires a remote breaching round from like a grenade launcher. And then I have
catch them all.
Yeah. Well, I got Twitch, who can use a shock drone, and I have Blitz, who has a shield that does like a flashbang on the front of it. And then I got 2 defender guys. And so you get renown for completing matches and doing things like that. And one of my only issues with this game is it takes a lot of renown to unlock things. Like to unlock the first operator for any of those organizations is 500 renown, which you only get like less than 100 for completing a match most of the time. And then the second one's 1,000, and the third one's 1,500, and the last one's 2,000. So I'm gonna pass the controller off here so that somebody can play so I can talk, because this game requires lots of thinking. So I'll just talk about the modes. You can play whatever you want. I don't care. So you want to play multiplayer. So in multiplayer, there's the only choices you have in what you play is casual and ranked multiplayer. And then from there, the game mode you get's kind of random. It can be either I think there is a TDM game type. There's the game type where you have to disarm a bomb, and then there's the hostage situation where you have to rescue a hostage and you have to escort them out of the premise. And there's a bunch of different maps. There's like the house. There's this one which is a bank. There's one that's in like a kill house, and there's a couple other ones. There's one on a dock, and basically you go back and forth for attacking and defending, and whoever gets the 3 round wins. One thing that I did notice that's kind of about this game is you 2 people can't be the same unless you're a recruit, which is you don't have a specialist or an operator. No 2 people can be the same operator. Like you can't have a bunch of people using the same thing, which I guess is cool for balancing wise. But sometimes like the really popular ones, like Rook, which you see over there on the screen, Rook's a really popular one. So like I rarely ever get to play as Rook or Castle. Castle's another really popular one. Like you have a hard time picking them just because everybody picks them. So So while we're in the game, so usually you have to defend an area. So this one we have hostage. So you can set up barricades, which is you go up to a doorway and you hit X, or you hold X and you can drop a barricade down in front of it. You can place barbed wire, which, like in this case, is a right bumper, and you have a couple other things that you can do. So as you can see right there on the floor, that's a drone. The enemy team drives in. They try to, find the objective, and so they'll drive drones in and drive them around. And you can tag people, and you get points for doing that shit. So there's a lot that you can do. And I think just about most surfaces in this game are destructible. Like, a lot of walls can be blown up and made a hole through, which can be done by meleeing them, depending if it's like made out of wood, shooting them, will open it up, and then also like explosions and breaching charges will do a lot of the same thing. So back on the topic of game mode before all this gets really complex, there's Terrorist Hunt, which Terrorist Hunt is a lot of the same as the multiplayer. There's the game modes, which sometimes you'll just get straight TDM, I guess. Terrorist Hunt, which I guess is the best way to explain that, where you just have to kill all the terrorists. There's one where, again, you have to rescue the hostage, and there's one for defusing 2 bombs. Now, I think some of the other game modes are cool, like the defending the hostage and defending the bomb are cool, but there's no limit to the terrorists. Like, the terrorists will spawn indefinitely throughout the whole thing. So especially once you turn on, like, once you start to defuse the bomb, they'll they'll keep coming. The same thing with the hostage. They'll keep trying to get the hostage. So it's kind of, I don't like that as much. I like having like a finite number of that. So I don't understand why they don't just have like a classic Terrorist Hunt mode where you just play classic Terrorist Hunt, where you can just fucking wipe out, I think it's 25 or 30 terrorists, and that's all you have to do to win. So like I said earlier, this game is multiplayer only, and I honestly feel like the multiplayer only aspect of this game doesn't hurt it. Like, we're playing games like you could argue with Battlefront and then playing like Titanfall or playing Evolve. That, the fact that there's no campaign can hurt it. But I feel like this game is so strategy based and literally no 2 encounters are exactly the same. So like, there's enough variety there to not have to warrant a campaign, and also just the entire basis of the game, it just kind of fits for having a just multiplayer only, where it's difficult to describe, like, just the scenarios that the game sets yourself up in. I can't see a campaign really working out too well for it. At least that's just in my eyes. So
it doesn't seem like there could be a campaign because of how the game is. Like, what the campaign would be is like
this.
Would you go to a different house every time? And
yeah.
It seems like it works, and like they focused enough on this to make it a satisfying game.
Oh yeah, because like the game is for doing the matches is wide open. Again, if you want, you can be kind of a bit more stealthy going in and attacking people. You can literally just try to blow the shit out of everything. Like, it's interesting because like the explosions are big in this game. So you throw a grenade into a room, and probably the 2 closest walls to it will be blown to complete shit. Which is cool. That, like, again, a lot of the environments are just completely destructible. Which, again, you see, it's like, there's a wall. There's a wall blocking your way. Just punch a hole through it, or get sledged, which is one of the guys. He has a sledgehammer. You can knock a hole into it. So now we're going on to the attack phase. Attack phase is fun, but do you have something you want to ask?
Is there character customization?
No. I don't think. I mean, I think the character customization is through that, hey, you have this wide variety of operators to pick from, and that's kind of how you customize. I mean, you can
loadout or...
Oh, well, there's some. If you pick recruit, you have a very open weapon loadout selection. Like, you can basically, depending on what organization you pick, you can literally pick any gun in the game. But like if you play as Ash, who I like to play as a lot, I think she can only use like and I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think she can only use like all her guns are 2 like assault rifles, and that's what kind of your main weapon you get to pick. So but yeah, so now here, like I was saying, so now it's your job is to try to maneuver around and figure out where the bomb, or in this game mode, where the hostage is in a drone, and you can tag people. If you have a specific kind of drone, you can shock people, but I'm not sure I don't think that's available in this part. So, yeah, the game's really fun. It's very strategy intensive. Like, you have to set up a good defense, whereas, you have to also have to be smart. A lot of people just like to barricade themselves in the room with the bomb, but then like any rogue explosion will kill most of your team. Which, yeah, you can help each other up, but then usually that means somebody's gonna get caught and found. I mean, there's not too much to the game. The game, is what everybody thought that'd be. You go in, you either you're defending your position, or you're fucking busting in and trying to take the position, and yeah, I really am enjoying this game right now. It's a lot of fun.
How important is teamwork in the game?
You can get away without teamwork.
Like, can you tank?
I mean, it's possible to tank by yourself. It's really hard to do. Like, the game's hyper realistic. Like, I think in the versus mode, I think it's set to hard difficulty, so like a lot of bullets will do a decent amount of damage, but you won't get killed with like one bullet, so that gives it a little bit of leeway. So, but like you can still die pretty easily, and but like it can happen, but rarely ever does one person just kind of make it out and survive the whole way through. So again, I got this game on Xbox, but I mean, I recommend, if you like the more strategy-intensive shooters, like I generally tend to like, yeah, this is the game for you. This game is a lot of fun. It's deep. It's deep in with all the different classes you can pick. And I just have a lot of fun playing it. Is it multiplayer game of the year? I probably wouldn't say so, but again, it's a nice breath of fresh air from playing, like Call of Duty or Battlefront or Destiny, which are probably some of the bigger shooters that came out this year. It's nice that it's different. It plays differently, and it just feels different when you play it. So yeah, because if I had to give this game a score, I'll give it a.
How many chickens out of squids?
I'll give it 8 chickens out of 9 squids, which is like.
That's pretty good.
Which is like an 8.25 out of 10. I like it. It's fun. It's just a mind-numbingly awesome fun. So yeah, thanks for watching. If don't check out all of our end of the year stuff that we're putting up, all the games and the music and movies, and yeah, thanks for watching.